everybody. We're back again to talk some more NFL football. We are knee deep into football. We've already finished up 4 weeks of NFL football. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. There's 17 weeks now. So we're almost 25% of NFL season is already gone. So we're gonna jump into NFL here. First of all, we are going to talk about our winners and our losers for Week 4, and then we'll jump into who we think is going to be the winners and losers of Week 5. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We had a Thursday night game. We've had some boring Thursday night games, but this one was actually pretty good. We had the Jaguars at the Bengals. The Bengals started out slow.
But they got a game-winning drive due to the right arm of Joe
Burrow. His very first
game-winning drive
of his NFL. I don't think that's going to be the last one. But we thought Jacksonville might have their number there a little bit.
But there has lately been some drama coming out of the Jacksonville organization lately.
What's that?
Urban Meyer.
What? What happened with Urban Meyer?
He was seen... I'm gonna tell it to you honestly.
Go ahead.
He was seen at a strip club with a woman.
Oh.
And he's in hot water.
So Jameis, he might be. There's rumors he might be going to Southern Cal here next year anyway. So he might not even be in Jacksonville, but a little hot water down in Jacksonville maybe. But the Bengals, kudos to Joe Burrow, because sometimes it's easy to let a team that you should beat slip up on you, and then you lose the game. And kudos to them for having that comeback. They're now tied
with Baltimore and Cleveland. A three-way
tie for first place in that division. So kudos for the Bengals there. We'll jump on into Sunday's games. We had the Lions at the Bears.
The Bears are awful.
Oh, my. They're awful. Yeah. The Lions are awful, too.
But Justin Fields got his first W as a starting quarterback.
Justin Fields as a starting quarterback did win. And he looked a whole lot better in his second start than he did in his first start. His first start, he looked like a
guy with pretty much a chicken with his head cut off the whole game.
Yeah, just running around now. But he actually looked, of course, now we have to remember who did he play?
The Browns.
And who did he play this time?
The Lions.
So maybe it's a little bit easier game this time playing the Lions than it was the Browns.
Let me tell you one thing that happened during the game that pretty much sums up the Lions franchise.
What's that?
They did a trick play during the middle of the game where the lineman was supposed to snap to the quarterback, and then the lineman threw it underneath his legs, bounced off the quarterback's leg, and into the hands of a Bears D lineman.
That sounds just like the Detroit Lions. We actually see now that Matthew Stafford was the Detroit Lions. And now that he's gone,
the Detroit Lions are free to be bad.
They look terrible.
So they could be a good NFL draft pick team.
Yes, they're up for the best quarterback coming out of the draft this year. Unless there's other teams that beat them to it. Which there's probably going to be other teams that might beat them to the number 1 pick. We had our game of the week, my Dallas Cowboys versus your Carolina Panthers. And
close game, but Dallas's
defense.
What?
Dallas's defense won it?
Trevion Diggs.
How many interceptions did he have?
I think he's leading. I think he's got 2 this week. The 2 in the previous week, 1 in the previous other week, and then 2 at the start of the year.
So he's got like 7 interceptions.
He's leading the NFL in picks.
Yeah, man. Dan Quinn come in, who was
the defensive coordinator
for the
Legion of Boom Seattle
defense. See, many people just think of him as the head coach of
the Atlanta
Falcons when they were. No, he was actually. He got his fame as the D coordinator for the Legion of Boom.
By the way, they're playing right now. They don't even have DeMarcus Lawrence, and they're still playing well.
Yeah. Now, to give some credit, the Panthers did not have their number 1 weapon,
Christian McCaffrey, for this game, and still managed to somewhat compete.
They still managed to compete. So Sam Darnold is impressing me. Now that he got away from the curse of Gase.
Adam Headgase.
Adam Headgase, the curse of the Gase.
Which is a real thing.
That's a real thing, yeah. He actually got away from the bad coach, Sam Darnold. I mean...
he's got 300 passing yards.
He might be a fantasy quarterback pickup now instead of one that you'd normally avoided. So, but anyways, the Cowboys look good. The Panthers look pretty good too.
They just got overwhelmed at near the third quarter with Dak Prescott flinging the ball all
Dak
over
was
the
flinging
place.
it, and then the picks, and that one pick was just a robbery. I mean, it wasn't Sam Darnold's fault. That guy, he just took it from the receiver.
Yep.
Pulled it out of his hands. But anyways,
Guess who picked it?
my man. All right, we'll go ahead and jump on into. This was a lower scoring game, but it was an exciting game. The Browns at the Vikings.
The Browns are having some issues on offense trying to get to connect with the deep passes.
Yeah, I think the Vikings have a really good defense. But now Baker Mayfield was he seemed
off.
he was off a little bit. He was overthrowing or throwing a little to the side. He overthrows some stuff. I think he might have been trying too hard because the Vikings were picked to win the game. And you know, he may have, I think he might have been. I still think he tries too hard sometimes. Instead of just letting the game come to him, he tries to, you know. He's still got that personality where he wants to go out there and, you know.
Yep, but he just didn't. Either he was too antsy on his deep throws, or he just couldn't connect. One throw that he missed on that probably would have sealed the game either one way, but they managed to do it anyways. But
how about that Browns defense? So 7 points the entire game.
I've criticized their secondary before, but they got a pick on a deep Kirk Cousins. I mean, Kirk Cousins is not going to be the quarterback. It's going to take you to consistent playoffs, maybe Super Bowl.
No, I don't see him as a Super Bowl winning quarterback unless his defense carries him on a stretcher. That's the only way he's going to get there. But I mean, the Browns go. They got Jadeveon Clowney on one side and Myles Garrett on the other.
They got a ton of defense. That defensive line is very good.
Who's the Tennessee player that's there too?
Malik Jackson in the middle.
Malik Jackson in the middle. I mean, you got Malik Jackson and Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett on the line.
Who do you double team?
Ooh, yeah. Why do you? You know. You better be throwing the ball in less than 3 seconds or you're going to be run over.
They probably have one of the best D lines in all of football.
They do, yeah. And that secondary is starting to get better.
I mean, they're starting to get all their players. I just wonder if they can keep the consistency.
I also think that OBJ, Odell Beckham, was starting. I think this was the first game that he was really, really trying to be a big part of the offense, and I think they were forcing it to him too. I think they were trying to force to him to get him going, and it just didn't work. I just don't know if the timing of the practice, something wasn't there. But anyways, the Browns look good. They're tied for the lead in the league now. Tied for the lead in their division now.
Yep.
We'll jump on down. Giants, Saints. Think the Saints missed Drew Brees now?
Jameis Winston, the future quarterback for the Saints.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring back the Jameis Winston kitchen skit here sometime and stick it back in the video so all of our new fans.
I don't think we even need to make a new skit because it's still relevant.
It's still relevant. It's still the same skit. We'll bring back the Jameis Winston skit sometime and stick it in the video so you guys can see it.
But the Giants get a dub
at New Orleans.
At New Orleans
in overtime.
It's kind of weird when Jason Garrett faces a ton of heat. He tries to scramble to find a playbook, and he managed to find something in this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But the Saints are definitely not a playoff team now.
If they play like that against...
I don't see how they're a playoff team. And the other New York City team, Titans at the Jets, at least the Titans lost on the road. They weren't at home like the Saints were.
Once again, their offensive coordinator questioned... Although there was some wide receiver injuries that hurt them.
Yeah, they did not have Julio Jones. They did not have A.J. Brown.
Their two top pass catchers.
So if you don't have your two top pass catchers and you go to the dojo of...
Kicking field goals.
That's all they were doing. They were kicking field goals. Field goal.
You think we should make a skit on that?
Well, we need to make a field goal kicking dojo skit. Because, I mean, they were up 9-0. That's right, 9-0, because all they could do was kick field goals.
Yep.
They would have beat them 45-10 if they'd got a touchdown every now and then.
Yep.
But hey, you live and you learn.
The Jets.
Jets. Jets. Got
first dub.
Got the dub, yeah. The Chiefs at the Eagles. The Chiefs looked
much better offensively.
They did look much better offensively.
Their defense is still having problems.
Again, they gave up how many points?
30.
Their defense is averaging over 30 points a game, giving up.
It's like a Big 12 team in the NFL.
It's like I don't. That is a pretty good one. We got the Kansas City. Hey, they're in Big 12 territory down there. Yeah, they're giving up too many points. If they don't tighten up that defense, they will not.
Buffalo will pass them.
They will not go far in the playoffs. No, they won't. They might not even make the playoffs. That's
I don't know if I want to
I
think
don't
about
know
that.
if I'll say that. No. We had the Ravens at the Broncos, and the Broncos were 3-0.
And exposed.
And exposed, yeah. The Ravens came in there, and they were really good at running, because guess what? The Ravens are a running
Football team.
That's what they do. They run the ball. So
Sometimes at nauseum.
yeah, exactly. You're like, man, are they going to throw the ball today? But they did. The Ravens actually looked pretty good against that Broncos defense. That Broncos defense isn't for real too. You got Von Miller. You've got a good defense. But they beat them 23-7. They just couldn't get an offense going. Teddy Bridgewater he got injured in the second quarter.
And Drew Lock came in. Look good.
No, well, Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock are two completely, totally different types of quarterbacks. So if you've got an offense built for Teddy Bridgewater,
then it's not going to work for Drew.
It's not going to work for Drew Lock when you bring him off the bench. I think they've got. It's the Broncos being the Broncos. So
who knows what they're going to do?
Who knows what they're going to do? But they didn't look as good today. We got the Steelers at the Packers. We had
Old Man Aaron.
Old Man Aaron versus Old Man Roethlisberger.
And Big Ben looked like he really needs to just sit down.
I don't. Yeah, they're having. I think they're having some offensive coordinator struggles too.
Yes, the last year's was just absolutely abysmal, and this year doesn't really look that much better.
No, I think they need somebody to tailor more to Big Ben's
strengths.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Big Ben is probably near the end
of his career.
Of his career, and it's really sad. I really love Big Ben. I remember when he came out of Miami of Ohio, and I actually said at the draft, "You better watch out for him because he's going to do something." And then, boom, he's in the Super Bowl.
Steelers franchise quarterback.
Yeah, so I hate it for Ben, and I honestly think that I hope they could turn it around a little bit and give one more flash.
One more run
just
for a
one more flash. But Old Man Rodgers is back.
And he's ready to beat the Steelers with his stick.
He did, yeah. So 27-17. We had the Washington Dubs at the Falcons.
The Washington with a late game win at the buzzer. It's like the Falcons never change.
Yeah, the Falcons blew another fourth quarter lead. I mean, how many times have you said that?
It's ridiculous. It's repetition. It's expected.
Yeah, you expect it. If the Falcons have a fourth quarter lead, you just expect them to lose.
Because they don't have enough guts to stop the opposition.
Yeah, it's really a surprise when they win.
With a close lead in
the fourth quarter. But we had the Texans at the Bills.
This was just a disaster from beginning to end.
40-0.
That's a college game. That's not an NFL game.
Yeah, that's like Alabama taking on Southwest Missouri State or something. That was horrible. 40-0.
David Mills for the Houston Texans had a historically bad performance.
He was bad. The whole team was bad. But the Bills the Bills look like they should be the Bills.
And the Bills definitely flexed. Let me tell you that.
They definitely flexed. We had the Colts at the Dolphins.
Hey, Carson
Wentz.
Yes.
We're putting the W back in his name because he finally got one.
Yes.
It's not Carson Wentz anymore. It's Carson Wentz.
I'm going to miss that Wentz.
Yeah, hey, he may just be renting that W. It may not last that long. Oh, but kudos to the Colts for beating up the Dolphins. Dolphins are still a young team, struggling.
Their Tua's out with a rib injury, which hurts.
Yeah, the surprise game of the week, the Cardinals at the Rams.
Put up a 17-point victory.
Man, they hammered them. That was not even close. I don't know if the Rams had a hangover from beating the Bucs and had we just beat the Bucs, so we're good, and then got the crap kicked out of them. They got bullied.
Although that shouldn't make any sense because the Cardinals are a divisional opponent.
Sometimes it honestly looked like a hangover game because they just looked like they did not show up to play. And as powerful as the Rams have looked all this year, that's how they look just as bad in this game. So it was weird.
I mean, the Cardinals have started off red hot.
37-20.
They've averaged 35 points a game, one of the highest scoring offenses in the league.
The only
4-0 team left.
4-0 team left in the NFL. Ain't that weird? We're only 4 weeks in, and there's only one undefeated team left.
Sooner or later, that's going to be broken because they're going to slip up sometime.
Oh, they're definitely going. They got some. They've got some Browns, Packers. They got some tests coming up that the Cardinals do. But right now, they're the best record in the NFL.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
What?
That's strange.
Cardinals.
Okay,
yeah.
Bucks, Patriots.
Yep. Let's do Seahawks 49ers here first.
I always missed
We had the Seahawks 49ers. The Seahawks needed that badly.
And they got it.
And they got it. Russell Wilson, man, that one touchdown pass he had, where they had him sacked and he's screamed out of it and went to the side
He's a
and threw that.
maestro.
He is a very. I'm starting to love me some Russell Wilson. I used to not really like the Seahawks because of some of the players on the defense sort of made you not like the team. But Russell Wilson himself, man, I love me some Russell Wilson. He is just a good. Well, he's a good guy, but man, he's a good quarterback too. And it was good to see them. The 49ers and the Seahawks now are both
tied at the bottom.
2-2 behind the Rams.
One of them needs to break it. One needs to break through.
Somebody's got to break through there, yeah. And then last we had the Bucks at the Patriots.
We've heard about this game non-stop.
They advertised this like it was the second coming. It was just, and it.
Tom Brady versus Belichick.
And,
Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick.
And the Patriots missed a 56-yard field goal to win.
With a doink. You can hear the doink from like a mile away.
It's probably still echoing up in Foxborough. But honestly, I think Brady wanted this so bad. You could tell he was a little nervous. He was overthrowing people.
He was overthrowing people. I mean.
I think he wanted it so bad. I've never seen Brady this, but he was trying too hard.
Brady was trying too hard. I mean, he was going back to his old home, and
I guarantee you, he wanted to beat them 42-10, and he was trying to beat them 42-10.
But
it looked like he was trying, and he was trying too much.
But he was trying too hard. I mean, the receivers were open, but he just sailed it.
The Bucks were really lucky to get out of that.
Get out of Foxborough because the Patriots were trying.
The Patriots actually looked pretty good. Mac Jones.
He got the ball out quick.
He's gonna be a pretty good
macaroni and cheese. That's what I like about it.
I wouldn't be surprised if in 2 or 3 years the Patriots aren't back in the playoffs pretty heavy. Ain't that?
Yep, that's just Bill Belichick.
That's just Bill Belichick. And our last game, our Monday night game, we had the Raiders at the Chargers, and down goes the other undefeated team.
The Raiders started off slow, and they just couldn't dig their way out.
And news alert, Justin Herbert's pretty good.
And news alert, Justin Herbert is going to be an elite quarterback if he continues to develop like this.
Yes, and guess who leads the FC West now?
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Bolt up.
Bolt up, baby. The Chargers, baby. Well, that's it. That is our winners and our losers for week 1. We've got a new little segment here for you, too.
That we're excited.
It's just a little fun segment here. But we've got a new segment for you here that we're going to do in between the winners and losers of 1 week and picking the winners and losers of next week. So check this out.
Dumpster fire of the week.
Yeah. That's right, folks. We are talking about our
dumpster fire of the week.
Our dumpster fire of the week.
Man, you can hear that thing burning all the way over there.
Yep. Our dumpster fire this week is burning in Houston, Texas. Man, that was horrible, dude.
That was terrible.
40-0.
They got like 5 turnovers. Count them at home, kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Their quarterback, we play a little fantasy football. A lot of people play fantasy football. Their quarterback
was statistically horrible.
He had a 4.32 rating. I mean, a negative 4.3. How can you have a negative rating as a quarterback in fantasy football?
Awful. That's just rancid.
I mean, the line was what, 16.5? And you were thinking, man, 16.5, that's a lot for an NFL game.
But apparently
it's not. Apparently it wasn't big enough. Apparently a 40 burger. You give up a 40 burger and you can't kick a field goal. Yes, folks, there is a dumpster fire burning.
And man, you can smell it from over here.
In Texas this week. This is Marty the dumpster fire. Oh, that's just so fun. All right, we're going to jump on into week 5 now. We'll do some predictions for you for week 5. We've got a really good game actually this Thursday. It's competitive, and it's going to change the division quite a bit. We got the Rams at the Seahawks.
This is a huge game.
Rams are favored by 2.5 in Seattle.
Do you want to pick? Who do you want to pick?
I would probably have to pick the Rams. I don't think the Rams.
Pick the Rams?
The Rams have got too much firepower to lose 2 in a row. I would probably take the Rams -2.5. The Seahawks last week, they've got a great offense, but their defense
Inconsistent.
It's a little inconsistent. I love Russ Wilson, but yeah, we're gonna have to go with the Rams on that one. We got the Packers at the Bengals. That's gonna be a good game too.
I want to get old man Aaron coming out to beat the Bengals with his rod.
Yeah, the line's 3 points on that one. I would go the Packers -3 on that one. I think.
He's probably yelling at the Bengals right now to get off his lawn.
Yeah, get off my lawn, you little kitties. We got the Broncos at the Steelers.
This one's going to be a toss-up.
This one will be a toss-up. Man.
Do you want to pick the Broncos because of how mediocre the offense of the Steelers have looked?
Could be, but this may be this is the Steelers' last hurrah. They can't go 1-4. If they go 1-4,
then Mike Tomlin's probably going to be fired.
They're done for the year. I mean, seriously, you go 1-4, you're probably not going to make the playoffs.
Especially in that division they're in.
No, so the Steelers are favored by 1. I'm gonna go for. I've got a little soft spot. I'm gonna go Steelers.
You want to go Steelers?
I love Steelers. Steelers win by a field goal, 27-24. How about that? We got the Saints at the Dubs. Man, this should be an exciting game, but
you want to pick New Orleans?
I'll pick New Orleans. Yeah, just because Washington's
inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Yeah, but New Orleans is not very consistent either. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go with the Saints. Saints -1.5. We got the Eagles at the Panthers. Panthers. Yeah, it's -3.5. I will take that -3.5. I think the Panthers put up 30+ points here. Titans at the Jaguars -4. I'll take the Titans -4 on that one.
If the Titans don't shoot themselves with a shotgun.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars give up a little bit too much rushing.
Yeah, because the Jaguars have not only struggled on the field, but also off of the field.
Yeah, so we'll take that one. We got the Bears at the Raiders. That should be the Raiders. The line's 5.5. Think the Raiders will beat them by 5.5?
They should, unless they took a shotgun to their foot.
Yeah, I'll think the Raiders on that one too. We got the Browns at the Chargers.
Competition. That's competitive.
That is a toss-up game.
As a Browns fan, I would be worried a little bit about that one.
I am. The Chargers are favored by 1.5 at home, which means the line is leaning towards the Browns. Because the Chargers catch 3 at home just because they're at home. I'm going Browns.
I'm going
going upset. Yep. Giants at the Cowboys. Cowboys.
By a significant amount.
I think this is a 10 to 14 point game.
Mean, imagine a coordinator mismatch. Jason Garrett and Dan Quinn.
Yeah, there could be some interceptions there. Now, this might be the game of the week. We got the Bills at the Chiefs.
The Chiefs really need to win, and the Bills are still angry at the Chiefs for last year.
If the Chiefs lose, they go 2-3 and are at the bottom of their division.
And they're going to have to scrape their way through that division of the AFC West.
Chiefs are favored 2.5. That means the Bills have the
upper hand. It's like what they've always wanted since last year.
But I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
I'm going to pick Kansas
City? I'm going to pick the Chiefs, yeah. I'm going to pick the Chiefs -2.5 because I just think it's in Kansas City. I don't think they're going to lose another one. I think at this point they're probably practicing a little harder than what they were. Jets at the Falcons.
They got this one in London.
Yeah, Falcons are favored by 3. So they're...
I want to pick the
Jets.
Jets.
Yeah, let's pick the Jets because really who knows what's going to happen over in London with 2 teams that are...
not very good right now.
But the Jets are coming off of a W.
The Jets are coming off a dub, so maybe that'll build some momentum against Atlanta.
We got the Lions at the Vikings.
Because the Lions truly are one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
In terms of luck and performance.
Yeah, they're just pretty bad. We got the Dolphins at the Bucks.
Bucks
by... These games, they got 13 points.
They're going to pillage the village.
Bucks by 13. That's what we're going to say. Patriots, Texans.
Patriots
by 13+ points too. 49ers at the Cardinals.
That's a toss-up in my opinion because the Cardinals... You want to pick the Cards? Or
I'm going to go Cardinals, yeah. I think 49ers may be in trouble. Starting out 2-3.
Ouch.
After being in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. And then our Monday night game, Colts, Ravens. That would be the...
Baltimore.
Ravens. Carson Wentz may lose the dub this week. It looks like it might just happen. But anyways, that's it. That is our NFL for weeks 4 and 5. We hope you had a little fun. Hope you enjoyed our little skit there. Our little debut of our little segment there. But be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment down below.
Hit the groovy baby button.
Share us with your friends. Sharing is caring, you know. Hit the groovy baby button over somewhere. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.